are back, everyone. We are back. 3 episodes down, 4th one to go. New face, Zach Loring has joined the podcast. Surprised he got these notifications to see that we're talking today, but as usual, we have Spencer. Spencer, what is up?
How's it going, Willie? I'm very excited, very glad to be here, but I think that we should get right into our guest. We have the expert analyst of the 2024 draft class, Zach Loring. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man. How you doing?
We are doing fantastic over here at the No Maiden studio.
Oh, yeah.
Expert
Tomorrow
draft,
is the
yeah.
big day that a lot of us have been waiting for. Draft day, A. Wiggins. The NFL draft is finally here. I guess we can kind of just jump right into it. I mean, we've done 4 podcasts now, so how we typically do it, Zach, is we just kind of start chopping it up and go from there. So maybe we did this with Jack too, and I'll start it with you. How do you know Spencer? How did you get Maidenless? And then what is your background playing fantasy football and dynasty fantasy football?
All right. So I've known Spencer for a couple of years now. I've known of Spencer since I think freshman year at college, because you lived on the same floor as me, I think, but we never hung out. But I knew of you through Greg because Greg hung out with Logan. So, I mean, it's been a long time, but we've been better friends since last year at college, after college kind of thing. So, but yeah, fantasy football. I've been playing seriously more since 2018.
Okay.
Sounds about right. 2018.
Jeez.
And
we got a novice.
I'm only in 3 to 4 leagues. I'm no Spencer. I'm not in 25. So
that was my next question. You beat me to it.
But yeah, I'm only in a couple leagues, but I like to think I know what's going on.
Oh, interesting. Interesting.
Right.
So out of those 3 or 4 leagues that you're in, how many are double dipped with Spencer?
Just 3.
So basically almost all of them.
Yeah, no. So I got
majority of your leagues.
So okay, I mean, I don't know if I really count the best ball one and some of the other ones that we basically have no money on or anything. We just kind of did it to draft, so I don't know if I really count those. But
that's true. Valid.
It's Maidenless, and then the other one G2s, and then those are the 2 main ones. But I think there's a couple other random ones.
So is Maidenless your first time doing a dynasty league then?
No. We've had G2s, the other one, and then that one's gone back since I started playing more. So 2017, 18.
Is that one Superflex as well, or is that a 1 QB?
No, it's just 1 QB.
1 QB.
We took out defense and special teams, I think, a couple years ago, but I think we put in an extra flex.
Sure.
Yep.
But other than that, it's pretty normal. It's PPR.
Yeah. How do you like? I know because a lot of us came from doing a 1 QB league and then started doing Superflex. How do you like the 1 QB versus Superflex? I know personally, I think Superflex makes it just such a fun element where 1 QB, you have the NFL draft tomorrow. It's okay, I care where Marvin Harrison's going, Malik Neighbors, and then 3 or 4 extra skill positions. But then you throw in those quarterbacks. Superflex draft. I mean, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, it's kind of I like it, but I don't like it because the 1 QB league, QBs have a bit of value, but they're not make or break. But in Superflex, I think they're the most valuable position by miles. I'll be pretty surprised if the first 3 picks in this rookie draft aren't QBs, and I'll be pretty pumped because I got the 4th pick. So
yeah,
that'll be cool with me.
Little foreshadowing. Is that we won't jump in. All right, I'm gonna pump the brakes. We won't get into that yet.
I'm not saying I'm looking at QB at 4. Yeah. I'm saying if they're there, I'll take. I'm not mad about it.
Yeah, hard to be mad about any of those top 3.
I mean, yeah, we'll talk about that a bit later, but
sure.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I can't even remember. What were we talking about again?
Superflex versus 1 QB.
Oh yeah, Superflex versus. So, in Superflex, the QBs are worth so much more. Spencer's trade today, you got Jalen Hurts. I thought he won that, no question. Yeah, pretty easily.
Oh, really? So for those viewers at home, what was the trade, Spencer? Why don't you recap it from your side?
Yeah, I acquired Sir Jalen Hurts, and I gave away Mayfield, Deebo Samuel, and Brian Robinson Jr. Who shot you?
50 Cent.
So walk us through it. So who approached who? I know you kind of
I reached out to Boards
before.
because I chop it up with Zach almost on the daily. I'm always going through different things in my mind. I think I texted him like literally yesterday. I was like, I don't know if I want to make a big move for a top S tier QB, S tier running back, or throw some receivers and grab a really good younger one. And then I was like, Zach, big QB guy. He's always like, QB super flex value. And I was like, oh, interesting. And I saw Boards had 225-year-old QBs, and I was like, Tua's good. He's no Jalen Hurts. I was like, I'm going to go try to get Jalen Hurts. Sports has been saying all year, his depth, his depth, his depth. So I was like, hey, I got some depth. I want Jalen Hurts. And he's like, all right. So I think it started with Aaron Jones, and really the only roadblock was Aaron Jones is old and a little unhealthy sometimes. So I was like, what about Sir Brian Robinson? Like, you worried about injury?
Yeah.
This dude survived a gunshot.
Yeah, that's true.
And he's only 25.
That's true.
So
what are your thoughts, Spencer, on those that are Jalen Hurts doubters? They may think that he was a product of Jason Kelsey's greatness, and the tush push was the only reason he was fantasy relevant. What do you say to those folks?
Thing I heard all day.
I see Zach.
What are your thoughts?
I heard. So funny. Like I do agree that Jason Kelsey was a phenomenal player. He had probably the fastest snap in the league. He's able to get the tush push the right way. But also, Jalen Hurts is a freak athlete who can squat over 600 pounds and is an absolute monster. And he's going to get his rushing touchdowns either way. So I really don't, at least for the next couple of years, see him slowing down in any way. I mean, he might have a shorter career than most guys just because the way he plays, he doesn't have a strong arm or anything to fall back on.
Sure.
So other than that, I mean, he's still a dog. He's top QB. I think he's averaged like 26 points a game for the last 2 years. So
yep, there you go. Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything that you just said there. I mean, my thought process on the doubters, sure, I'm not the biggest Jalen Hurts guy, but when I'm trading in a fantasy football league, I look at fantasy stats. I'm not I'm not the Hurts guy. I think that I was annoyed with about the tush push, just about Philadelphia in general. Nick Sirianni, get out of here. Jalen Hurts, let's just say today, it's like, people are worried about his touchdowns regress, rushing touchdowns. If you take away 10 rushing touchdowns, which I think is pretty damn generous, considering that none of us knows what's going to happen, just based off of previous patterns in history, take away 10 rushing, that bumps him from QB2 to like QB5 or 6. And it's like, I just don't understand why people think that Jalen Hurts is just going to stop running the ball, because he's not just going to become a pocket passer. He's not. That's not him, and they're not paying him to do that. They're paying him to be the utility guy that he is. So I don't know. Maybe he regresses a little bit, but I'm still confident he'll be a top 5 QB and lead my team all the way to the playoffs.
I don't think there's going to be any regression at all, because he's still got 2 top 5 tackles. He's still got AJ Brown, Devonta Smith.
Yeah.
I think Goddard's still there, right? So and Saquon is such a massive help to him. Like out of the backfield, he's way better than Swift. Like I like Swift a lot, but Saquon, it's not even close. So
Saquon clears.
When you guys are thinking about quarterbacks and they sign a new sick running back, do you think that's more of a hindrance, or do you think that to their fantasy? Obviously, Saquon a little bit more sexy than DeAndre Swift as a fantasy prospect, so maybe more than just a fantasy prospect at that point. But I mean, how much of that do you factor into your trade, if at all, Spencer?
I mean, obviously, getting Saquon Barkley, same division, like that's pretty nuts that he's on the Eagles now. I love it. Like, if you really think about it, they got Swift, big name. Like, oh, sweet, DeAndre Swift. Everyone's like, oh, his value just jumped. Dude, like Boston Scott and Kenneth Gainwell were competing with him for touches. Like, it's not going to be the Saquon show, I don't think. I think that they're going to feed Saquon, and I think that Saquon will thrive in that offense. But it's not like they're just going to – every play's going to go to Saquon. I mean, you still have 3 stars that you can throw to. You got a running back that you can hand it off to, and you got your wheels as Jalen Hurts as a quarterback. You have your legs. So I think it opens up a lot more possibilities,
Sure.
to be honest.
Sure. Yeah, I think
I agree.
that's a natural segue. I know, Zach, I kind of have a question for you. I've texted you a little bit about it, but when it comes to activity in the Sleeper chat, your name has come up a few times about whether or not you have notifications on and how that impacts your engagement with receiving trade proposals, trying to rebuild your team. What do you say to those that are doubting your levels of love for the game?
Well, I did have notifications turned off for a while. I'm not gonna lie. Mostly because my phone was just blowing up sometimes during work when I was trying to do shit. So it was, it's getting kind of annoying. Not gonna lie, sometimes. But I mean, it's not like I got a problem with the league or anything. My team is also pretty bad, so I really had no reason to like be super involved last year. I mean, I got my picks now, and I think I'm in a decent spot with back-to-back late round firsts and a couple seconds and fourth overall. So
I know.
I'm chilling.
I definitely sympathize with you. We both kind of had a tough luck of the draw with the way that our our just startup draft shook out. You had pick 111 to start. I had pick 112. Take us through your thought process. I'll get the draft board up on the screen where we're both missing out on those top tier quarterbacks. It's a super flex league. We obviously value quarterbacks so much higher. You take CeeDee Lamb, which I was pretty sad to see. Were you? Yeah.
He ended up being a dog. I traded him like week 5. Like he literally went, I think he went for like 42 or something the next week. It's like, I didn't really have the best luck. I'm not going to lie. And I probably undersold on a couple guys because I don't really have a ton of experience in Superflex. So I was like, But I mean, I hit on like Nico in the 17th. I saw. Pick. I was looking at it earlier.
Got to even scroll all the way down to find them. 17.
I had some alright picks.
I guess one thing that
I had a lot of duds though. My team was
it's hard. I mean, it's hard. People don't give us enough respect drafting at the end of the first round. It's not very easy to kind of wait 3 hours in a slow draft to then pick your 2 picks pretty quick turnaround and then wait 24 picks for it to come right back to you. So I guess when you look at this, obviously you take your first QB, Kyler Murray. He was coming off that torn ACL. Were you thinking coming into the season, all right, Kyler's going to be gone. That's my first QB. My team's going to suck. I'm going to just start the tank early. Or was it, hopefully I'll be competing and then come back, and then he can lead me to a playoff run?
So, because he was out until like week 9 or 10 or something.
Week 10,
I think he was even later than that. Yeah. So I was like, and I was kind of going young because I was at the back into the first round. So I was like, I'm not getting the top tier dudes, obviously. So I was like, I mean, at CeeDee Lamb ended up being the number 1 overall receiver, I think. But I mean, I was like, okay, let me get Kyler because I thought it was kind of criminal that Kyler was ranked around the guys that he was ranked around. I mean, I've always thought he was a great fantasy QB. I don't necessarily think he's the best QB in real life, but I mean, he's got the rushing upside.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch. So, I mean, and then I took like Geno and like some other
Ryan
QB
Tannehill,
down the board too.
Malik
so
Willis,
I was like,
loading up on those Titans. Loading up on those Titans.
I didn't even take Will Levis. I
started 2 out of the 3. 2 out of the 3.
But yeah, I mean, after that, I was just kind of a lot of my picks were just trying to hit on younger guys. I like trying to gamble like that, I guess. I made a couple bad trades, the CD trade, and then I gave Spencer Debo. So
what were your?
It was whatever.
Obviously, I was looking. Last season ended 4-10. At what point did notifications come off? You kind of lose interest in the league, and it was just kind of all right, hands off. Let's almost check it on Sunday morning, and then we'll see what happens for the rest of the year.
Probably like week 8 or 9. I can't remember what my record. I can't remember what my record. Dude, I knew my team was terrible after I traded away CD, and I was looking at my team. I was like, nah, dude, there's no way I'm competing for the chip. Like, there's just no shot. I didn't have the quality. I had like J.K.
Yeah.
Dobbins got just completely.
Yeah.
That was a waste of a pick.
Yeah,
But he's on the Chargers
he'll
now.
be
Maybe
battling for
maybe.
touches
Hey.
against Gus Bus. So if you're looking for an elite running back buy low opportunity, hit up Team Young's. That's me right there. So
That's crazy though. That dude Jim Harbaugh probably called his brother and literally was like, "Hey, I need running backs. What do you got?" And he's like, "Oh, I'll give you J.K. and
yeah,
Gus
In
Bus,
sweetener. That's a good point. I never even thought of it like that before. It's kind of a weird dynamic with
they just traded Harbaughs. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. I guess that transitions nicely. I think a big topic of discussion for this conversation today was talking about the NFL draft, obviously because it's tomorrow. And I think between Zach, you and I own, I think, what is it, Spencer? 6 out of the 12 first round picks, was it? I can pull up the board
so,
here.
yeah.
So
Yep.
we've heard a lot of talk, Zach, about your scouting abilities. Supposedly Simo has that A22 subscription. So I mean, what's your proprietary research process when you're really looking at some of these prospects here?
I mean, first of all, I don't know like where Simo's getting this all 22 film that he's talking about, because most of the all 22 film that I've seen is on like YouTube prospect like scouting reports, and like they go through the player. I feel like that's good enough for me most of the time, because otherwise I don't have time to sit down and watch like hours and hours of film on one player. And plus, it's not like I have any impact on where the player goes or anything. It's not like it kind of seems like that'd be a waste of time. So I mean, I feel like I do my fair share of research. But yeah, I mean, I feel like I do pretty well. Like last year, in my other 12-man league, I hit on like A-Chain, Puka, and who's the third one? I can't remember. But yeah. So I mean, I feel like I know my stuff pretty well. But
not to give away the secret recipe to the Krabby Patty formula, but I mean, if you're picking guys like Puka, I mean, and A-Chain, what things are you seeing when you're looking at film? Or is it analytics that you like to see? Is it those yards per route run? Or is it more so I'm in the trenches with Simo, we split an 822 subscription, we're watching film Monday through Sunday?
That's a good question.
Dude, I've heard Simo like
really?
dreams about fantasy football.
If you're not thinking about it,
I've heard that.
You don't want it bad enough.
But no, so I look at kind of what a player, I don't know. So like it kind of depends on the position. So like wide receivers, I don't necessarily like, there's a lot of people who care about like separation. I do not really care about that at all. I look at can a dude make plays in big situations? How's his athletic ability? Because like straight up, I got burned on like David Bell a couple years ago. There's a lot of players that come into the league that are not athletic or don't test well, and then they end up balling out. But those are harder to predict, I feel like, because they have to end up, I feel like, in a better system, or they just have to be smarter than everybody else. So I like big playability. I'm pretty high on like guys like Keon Coleman in this draft, but yeah, I mean, I kind of am more of an eye test guy. Like if I'm watching a wide receiver, I want to see like, is he like, how's he doing against top competition too? Like I want to look at how he did in his best game, or how he did against his toughest opponents. I don't really care about a guy dropping 200 yards against Southwest Alabama or whatever. So yeah, like I don't really care about that. So if a guy's balling out against top tier competition, like to me, that's a pretty good indicator that he's going to be pretty good in the NFL.
Yeah,
especially in the SEC. Like
it's
pretty corny, but the SEC schedule, like it usually produces produces some studs. So I mean, other than that, I do look at stats a decent bit. Yards per route run, I do look at that. I do think that's pretty big. I look at yak a lot when I'm looking at people. And for running backs, it's a lot of like force missed tackles is the most like data kind of thing I look at. Running backs, it's all eye test. Like if a guy is able to if I feel like he's shifty or strong, or if he can hit the hole, Like, because running back is
Sure.
pretty dependent on your O-line. So in my opinion, if a guy's good, you can kind of tell. So
What about you, Spencer? I'm sure you go even above and beyond that.
To get a lot of my not information, but opinion from Zach. I mean, I do my fair share. I watch, but you know me, I'm such a receiver guy.
Simple man.
I watch a lot of tape on the receivers. Yeah. The running backs to me, I don't know. I mean, I've been pretty vocal about fading running backs.
Sure.
I mean, I have a bunch of old heads on my team right now. It's like, I don't really want to pay that top dollar price for a Gibbs or an A-Chain.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, like they are fun to have if you have them, but I'm not really looking to, buy into those. But yeah, running, I don't know. I just really look at the receivers and then QBs. It's just, I'm just looking at the athletics. I'm like, how are they going to do against NFL, defenses, not Western Alabama or whatever Zach said. Like, I think that that's a great point. You don't really want to look at these dudes who play nobodies and they just ball out, and then they can't do that against good defenses.
Sure.
Learn that the hard way with Sky Moore.
Yeah,
like nobody's. I think he went to Western Michigan or something.
I drafted in our 1 QB league. I had the 201, and my team was just buns. I took Jonathan Mingo over so many better players because he got decent draft capital, and I was like, hey, I'm sold. So
I do look at that too. I should have mentioned that. I look at draft capital and the team they go to a lot. I think the role factors in.
Yeah, I figure that while we're here talking about the draft, why don't we give our viewers a brief preview, the big board, as I would like to call it. Here you can see the entire draft. And as a Minnesota Viking fan wearing a Atlanta Falcons Bijan Robinson jersey, I am just absolutely dialed in. What is going to go on right here? Pick 111. What do you guys think? Spencer, I'll maybe start with you. I know you're a Vikings fan. Zach, maybe wearing the Chiefs jersey, you're not as much of one. But Spencer, what are you hoping for the Vikings to do? And maybe Zach, I'll give it to you after Spencer.
So glad you asked this question because I've been seeing so many different reports going around about how the Vikings are in serious conversations with the Chargers about a move to get to 5, or about how J.J. McCarthy has 3 firsts to go number 2 overall. And I do not want, at this point, Sam Darnold is who we have right now. So the Vikings right now the worst team in the NFC North, so we need a hit on a quarterback. I would be okay with Drake May. I think Jaden Daniels would be a cool tryout, but again, I mean, it's like an highlight for him just getting absolutely ransacked because he doesn't know how to slide. Which is a little bit concerning, considering that this is your centerpiece of your offense for the next 15 years. Sure. But I don't know. I mean, I think that not even just the Vikings, so many of these teams have opportunities to slide in somewhere in this draft. I just think that there's way too many trades that could happen to even begin to fathom what the Vikings will do, but I'm so excited to sit back and watch.
Yeah, likewise.
What about you, Zach?
Yeah, dude. I think, I kind of thought about this earlier today. I think Jaden Daniels do pretty well in the Kevin O'Connell system, but I also I think he's probably going to go to the Commanders because Cliff Kingsbury likes dual threat QBs. So
yeah,
I think if the Patriots or the Patriots probably aren't going to trade down. I don't think they desperately need QB, but I think they'll probably take Drake May. But if the Vikings actually want Drake May and not JJ, I would not trade the farm for JJ. So if you're trading it for Drake May, I'm down with that. But if they're able to trade up with the Chargers or the Cardinals I think actually are probably the most likely. If somehow he fell to 4, I don't think that's going to happen. But maybe the Patriots take him HJ. So, I guess. Yeah, if they're trading the 3 first, the 11, 23, and then a first like next year, I can't remember.
I think I heard 2025 first.
Yeah, it'd be a 25.
If they're trading that, if they're trading that for Drake May, fine. But I would not trade that for JJ. I would just stick and pick like 2 really good players in the first round. And not give up 3 firsts
Yeah.
for JJ McCarthy. Like JJ's like a late first kind of player. Like if that was his range, I'd be cool with it, but not top 5.
Yeah, I'm definitely
no shot.
kind of in agreement with a lot of you guys where if I'm the Vikes and I want to trade up, I want sell the farm and get Drake May. But selling a lot of assets and then kind of settling on a QB sounds a little sad, and we'll just be in the draft purgatory. So here's from Tankathon what they're seeing in terms of who the Vikings would pick. So interesting, Quinyon Mitchell at 11, who's supposedly a good cornerback. I don't know. I'm not a defense guy, but then Big Penix Energy at 23. I know.
I'd love
I
that.
honestly have been coming around a lot to Michael Penix literally after his EKG quote. I don't know if any of you saw that one, but that thing got me ready to run through a brick
I did
wall.
see that.
So that was
Yeah.
That was pretty good stuff.
All right. Kramer thinks I'm like, and a couple other people I think I'm like a Michael Penix hater for whatever reason.
Really?
I've come around on him. He's a dog. I was watching him
balled
against
out.
Texas because, like, I honestly Kramer like I didn't watch that game and Kramer told me he balled out, so I was like, yeah, let me watch that shit. And
Pass the eye test.
He's a dog, so he did pass the eye test. He was like, that was kind of crazy. So Quinyon Mitchell, you were talking about, he's a dog. Like if the only really knock on him is that he went to Toledo. That's it. Like he's a freak athlete. He's got the size. Great cover corner. He's probably not as good as like a Sauce. Like that's the only other kind of small school corner that went really high that I can think of. But like he's really good. Like I wouldn't be mad at taking him at 11 at all.
Sure. Well, let me pull this up here. I know before we get into the rookie picks that maybe we'll kind of tease a little bit, Zach, with what you're thinking, what I'm potentially thinking. Let's take a lay of the land, help some of our viewers contextualize what your team is looking like at this exact moment here. So we have a team breakdown courtesy of Keep Trade Cut. So you can see your roster by position. You'll see the values over here. Running backs, quarterbacks, wide receivers, tight ends, and then draft picks. Good God, by the dozen. I'm going to, before I kind of give it to you, Zach, Spencer, what are your initial thoughts as you assess this team here?
I mean, if we go back to the original, I'm not telling you to, but just thinking of the original startup draft, I mean, it kind of stems from there. I mean, like Zach said, he missed out on a couple of picks. He was late in the draft. He wanted to go a little younger. Some of those picks that he thought he hit on didn't. But all that aside, I think that Kyler Murray is your ace in the hole. I love Najee. I love Nico. I love Pitts. I mean, even Bateman got an extension until 2026 today.
Yeah.
So honestly, he could be more involved too.
I mean, yeah, I got some players.
Yeah,
I got a couple.
I mean, I'm looking at Elijah.
We're not all terrible.
Got some building blocks.
He's your favorite player of all time. He had 4 good games like 3 years ago.
Yeah. It's because teams don't give him the opportunity. It just blows my mind.
No, dude. Look at his snap count, dude. He's had plenty of opportunity.
Hey. Yeah, you got 104, you got 109, and 108. 204, 209, 212. Damn. Yeah. You got a lot of research to do.
Yeah. Not a lot of time.
That's why I think people will be totally fine.
Like I feel like, in my opinion, this is since I started playing fantasy football, this is probably up there with like the Jamar Chase, J Jets kind of draft, because I'm pretty sure that draft had like 3 or 4 like just stud players in like the first like 7 picks or something. So
yeah,
like I think MHJ's a stud, Neighbors stud, Rome probably a stud. I don't know as much about him because he's not quite as athletic as the other 2, but Caleb, Daniels, May, Bowers, like even Brian Thomas Jr. I think is like potential like WR1 kind of. So like so many players.
Yeah, I
that
definitely
look
feel
insane.
bad for the rest of the league if you don't have a first-round pick this draft. I mean, if you want to talk about blue chip talent, I mean, the price of brick just went up because these picks are flying off the shelves. So here's a fun little website. We've shown this before, Dynasty Daddy, no free ads, but this shows a mock draft potentially based just on ADP.
Oh.
So I don't think it really factors in Superflex since you see all these quarterbacks
No,
go so late.
Yeah, I don't
But
think it
definitely, I
does.
like seeing this too, so you can kind of see, who's holding all these picks. So you got 103, 105 for myself, and 111 here, and then Loring, you got 104, you got 108, and you got 109. So I mean, we're picking by the bunch here.
Yeah, dude, this draft class is insane. I want back in. You hear that? Russ Maidenless, I want back in.
Hey, you were talking.
I'm looking at the second round.
Yeah, you're talking to the right people. So if you went back into first, you gotta hit up one of us.
That's true. Yeah, I like that. This is gonna be a fun draft.
Go ahead, Zach. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Oh no, I think there's 12. This is probably the first draft I've seen that I think the whole first round kind of quality of players. Nothing I dislike about any of them. Like last year, I think you get around the 10th, 9th, 10th, 11th pick, it kind of falls off a bit. But this year, there's players in the second round that I think are total dogs. Like Trey Benson, potential. I think he's just as good as any other running back that's come out in the second round in the last couple of years. So
Jonathan Brooks too.
I don't know how good he's actually going to be. I like I like Audric Estime a lot, but he ran really slow. So
looking at this, an observer's eye, you've got 104, 108, 109. Have you been hitting up the other half of the Heim twin clan, saying I want the best asset? I want 101? Have you been in his pockets at all, or is it more so I want quantity over quality right now?
So I texted him yesterday. I was like, "What do you want for 1.01?" After I think I saw you made the trade, and he's like, "You don't have." He's like, "So you don't have the assets or something?" I was like, "Well, what do you want for it?" I mean, I feel like I got the assets. I was like, "I don't know what you want." And then I don't think he's even responded since then. So we'll see. I was
gonna say Zach reached out, and Logan's response was, "You don't have the assets, pal."
Yeah,
that's it.
Oh, let me see. Hold on.
Yeah. Pull up the assets.
Never mind. He said, "Yeah, he said he probably wouldn't trade him."
I've definitely been.
Oh,
wow. Been hitting up Logan, but I just got too much damn excitement. I need to hold these picks, and then maybe Thursday at 12 p.m. after I've had.
You got one more day, Youngs. You got one more day.
I'll make something stupid happen. So,
there we go.
As you kind of think, go ahead, Zach. Sorry.
I feel like. Oh no!
I was just gonna say, as you look towards your future, what are your biggest weaknesses on your squad? What are you don't have to spill all the sauce, but any positions you think you're trying to hit more than others with your picks, or what are you trying to build the foundation on for the rest of your squad?
So, because I got a lot of picks, I don't really have to be honest, there's not really a position on my team where I'm that's locked up, secured. I got 2 decent receivers, and I got 1 decent running back, 2 maybe, I guess. But Nick Chubb's gonna be back, so Jerome Ford's he ain't it. So, I mean, I feel like I can go pretty much any direction. I best player available, kind of. So. If people fall to me, they fall to me. I'll take them.
Yeah. Do you plan on making some moves after the NFL draft, or after the rookie draft, or are you just gonna say fucking just keep your team and roll with your picks?
I might make. I kind of want to keep my picks because I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot. I like having back-to-back picks, and I feel like in fourth, it's not like I'm getting a bad player. So, yeah, I might make a trade before the actual rookie draft still. I haven't really 100% decided, but right now I'm pretty content where I'm at.
When I look at your team, there's definitely an asset I feel like that people could be interested in, which is Kyler Murray. I mean, definitely not me that has hit you up about him. But, yeah, I mean, I
People
think
hate
he's a
him.
great buy low right now. What are your kind of, if you would want to move him, not asking for my own advice, but I mean, when you think about having, your core kind of QB, is that where I want multiple firsts to move off of a guy like that? He's only 26, or is it maybe I'll tier down, get some more guys, or how do you kind of think about that?
I mean, the only real downside right now is that he doesn't really have any help besides like Trey McBride and probably MH Jr. I'm assuming that's who they're going to take. So, I mean, I do think he's kind of a buy low because I've always liked Kyler. I think he's good. Like I was talking about earlier, I think he's good for 20 plus a game, especially on his day. Like he can drop like 35, 40 kind of thing. So I've always liked him. I don't necessarily know if he's like a buy though right now because I'm not trying to talk you out of trading for him.
By all means, for the benefit of our viewers. For the benefit of our viewers.
Well, like I mean, he's a really good player. Like I'm perfectly happy keeping him. Like I think he's top 10 QB fantasy wise.
Rushing upside as well. So
I'm cool with it.
Definitely one thing to look out for. But I'm going to pump the brakes here. We've talked a lot about fantasy draft. Spencer alluded to this before. We've done this on previous podcasts. You know what time it is, Spencer. Mr. Loring, we call this the Wheel of Doom. We're going to give it a spin. We're going to see what happens, and then we're going to go from there. Oh, let's go. Worst team. Who's it going to be? We've had this question before. We've had it answered. Feel free to reference it. I am happy to pull it up.
I think I was looking at this like a couple weeks ago. Hold on.
Take your time. Assess. I feel like that we got to do one more spin. Got to get another question.
You want to do a spin while he's looking, Spencer? Should we put you on the spot? You want to do a spin?
Sure, I'll spin. Hit me.
All right,
hit me with
hold on. Double down.
Yeah.
Let me pull it back up. We're going to get a 2-for-1 for all of our happy viewers at home. We'll see. We'll see if they come to agreement or not. Oh, there we go. We'll go the opposite end of the spectrum. We'll get a little bit of happiness. Maybe you can get some good karma your way as well, Spencer. I'll give it to you while Loring's probably doing some deep due diligence right now.
It's funny that you brought up good karma.
Best team, honestly,
my
is
question.
Probably.
But you can also answer.
No, you go. Hold on, I'm still looking for the worst team here.
I'm still thinking.
Maybe here.
I'm trying to think because I don't want to answer. Because this is
according to Keep Trade Cut, if it helps you brainstorm at all.
Who's in first?
Honestly, he
dropped trading for Hurts.
Ness. I think Ness is the worst team, personally.
Ness is 2 for 2 on worst team ballots. I don't understand.
Unfortunately.
Ness is 2 for 2 on worst team ballots. Where is he?
I mean, he's starting.
Okay. Yeah, I guess. God, that's
a lot of old players. Austin Eckler's the most washed running back in the league.
27-year-old running backs. 27-year-old wide receivers.
He's got literally no players of, in my opinion, real value on his bench at all.
Times are tough for Mr. Nessa. You guys are...
But he does have a couple firsts, and some picks, so he
got 107 this year. Hopefully he hits the pot of gold and turns that ship around. I'm happy to... Go ahead.
Scroll back down for a sec.
Sure.
He's got... scroll down a little more. There we go. He's got 107, 112, 201, 202, 208 just this year. He does have a lot of picks. I didn't realize that Will had that many picks.
Yeah, he's been scraping the floor, getting those seconds.
Those early seconds.
Well, he's got He's got
I wish I
3
had
picks in a
seconds.
row. He goes from 112 to 201 to 202.
Wow.
That's actually
Lad
crazy that he
Matonkli,
was
you
that.
are a Nessa.
I mean, what are you guys doing if you're Nessa in this position? The poor guy is just getting kicked while he's down. 2 episodes in a row, he's getting called out for the worst team. If you could give any free advice, what would you say? Looking at this,
I would say trade away Justin Jefferson.
I can.
I think I
If you trade away Justin Jefferson for a fair, good haul, I think that your team instantly becomes so much better.
I completely agree. As much as it hurts, I mean, you get rid of an asset like that, it can turn your team completely around.
Or if Will wanted to tank, you take Austin Eckler, you take whatever old, still relevant players that he has, and you take Justin Jefferson and you try to see what you can get with all those pieces. But also, maybe you let it ride.
I don't know, man. Dude, there's a real shot he ends up with possibly ends up with like someone like A.D. Mitchell or Brock Bowers or someone like falls to him.
Right.
So, I mean, like if there's a draft class, you're gonna have a lot of picks.
You hear that, everybody?
This is the best one.
If there's a class
in the last couple years,
it is this one. Come shop.
Yeah,
not saying that because I have a lot of picks.
We are not
it is a really good draft class. Class 2025. I don't know if any of you looked at it. It sucks. It looks terrible. Like I genuinely don't recognize a single name besides Shador. Shador is the only name, and then Luther Burden. He's a dog, but
remember
those
the name
two are
Quentin Judkins. That's my guy. Yeah.
Quinshawn Judkins is pretty lit. He's good.
Emeka Egbuka.
What about Egbuka?
In this year's
Egbuka.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's all right. I don't think he's anywhere near MH Junior's level.
Right, I know, and he'll be the first receiver taken too, which is wild compared to this class.
I've been a fan of him ever since I bet him once over 75 reception yards, and he got like 125. So I'm a big fan of his.
He's a dog.
Geez, I didn't realize we've already been talking for 42 minutes. But Zach, there's another section we do on this podcast called the Predictions Palooza.
Mm-hmm.
So here we just kind of do a quick random, Q&A session. I have it all saved in a Google Sheet so we can reference this in a future episode. So be careful with your picks. If you had to say right now, record prediction for your squad next year. Are you a contender? Are you a pretender? Rookie fraud? Rookie goat? This is your time to lay the land.
I'm probably not contending still just because I'm going to have a lot of rookies. So I'll probably get 6 or 7 wins.
Sure.
I hope.
At what point? Yeah.
All right, so 7 wins.
I mean, it's fantasy football. Literally, fantasy, I feel like it's half luck. So,
yeah.
Here's a provocative question for you. Say your season is starting off a little shaky again. Are you or are you not going to turn your notifications off come week 5? No?
No.
Gonna stay dialed in?
No.
Gonna try and make the moves?
This is the most active league that I'm in right now. Because in in some of our other leagues, it's either people that aren't that talkative or like in G2s kind of needs a reset. It's just too lopsided. So it's not that active anymore.
As for rookies, obviously you're in the lab doing a lot of research. I don't want you to tip your cap too much, but if you had to say this dude's a certified stud no matter what, who would you kind of put your name on the line for?
And then fraud too.
In this class, I mean, easy pick would be MH Junior. To be honest, it's an easy pick, but
don't do the easy one.
Player I like the most, Brian Thomas Jr.
Those LSU wide receivers are always sick.
That's probably the player I like the most. As to his value compared to where he's going to go compared to the other wide receivers. I think he has potential to be like AJ Green level. So
you're not thinking of taking him at the 104? You're not that big of a fan of him? No.
No.
And then
no, I don't think he's probably going to get to me at 80.
I mean, there's so many good picks to go around. I honestly have no idea how the back half of the draft is going to shake out, and I'm so excited to see it play out.
It's just Yeah, it's all. I mean, Brock Bowers, if he goes to the Chargers, I mean,
Yeah.
or a team needy.
I think the Chargers are either going to trade down or take like Neighbors, because I'm assuming MH Jr. is going to go before him.
So
but
many.
I have seen apparently a lot of NFL teams think Neighbors is better.
Yeah, I've seen that
all
too.
around. That was just,
which is
I mean,
absolutely
I kinda
wild.
Marvin was kind of not the greatest for
Right.
at points like last season. So
who's his QB?
So
Yeah.
Kate Stover? Yeah,
oh,
I mean,
like Kyle McCord
dude's gonna be
or something. No,
Uber
he's
driver in
trash.
a few years. So
I think he's
I mean,
just with MHJ obviously overshadowing Neighbors. I think that he's getting just severely underrated right now. I think the Giants are going to be lucky to have him.
Yeah. Well, I know we've been talking for a while, Zach. Anything you want to say to the rest of the league mates? Anyone you want to expose? We'll kind of give you the last words, and then we'll give it to Spencer before you wrap up.
Yeah. The floor is yours, Zach.
I mean, I hope I do all right. I mean, I don't really have beef with anybody besides Simo claiming he watches all 22 film all day, which I actually kind of low-key kind of believe it. So
You're like,
well,
honestly,
I mean, I can see it based on inferences that I've made. I mean, but yeah, I mean, I'm pretty pumped for the draft. I think it's pretty fun, like researching all the players and trying to figure out who's going to be good before everyone knows they're good. So yeah,
cool.
That's pretty much it.
No worries.
I don't really have anything else.
Anything you'd like to say to your good old Iowa State alum?
I wish you good luck tomorrow, Zach. I know that you'll probably be sweating bullets just like the rest of us, just waiting to see where these dudes land.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I hope the Chiefs make a big trade tomorrow.
Oh, yeah?
That's my goal. Or my,
what does that mean?
I really hope. Because I can see a scenario where like Brock Bowers falls into like the mid first round. And if that happens, I want us to make a move.
That'd be sick.
Or take
I
one of
you were
the
talking about T.
10
Higgins
wide receivers. No, dude, we're gonna have to pay T. Higgins like $30 million. Like, nah, I'm good with that.
Yeah,
I'd rather go to rookie, to be honest. Because we got fucking Rasheed, who's the biggest dumbass imaginable. So got to deal with that, and we'll move forward, I guess.
Sure.
Go for the three-peat.
Well, anything else you'd like to say to him, Spencer?
Yeah, well, just thanks for hopping on, Zach. We appreciate all of the analysis that you provided. We appreciate all of that hard research that you do about all these rookies. I appreciate you keeping me informed.
I don't.
For the rest of the league and all the viewers, tomorrow I hope everybody has a beer in their hand.
Yeah.
I hope everybody has a zin in their upper lip, and I hope that everybody is just waiting to see all the drama that unfolds tomorrow night at 7 p.m., baby. Thanks for having. Thanks for shit.
Keep it going.
Will, you're better at it.
Keep it going.
Zach, thank you for
the
thank you for going.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure.
Just leave it at that. Leave it at that.
All right. Cheers, everybody.
See ya.